Two Chairs No Waiting, episode number 294. Elvis, Andy, Steve, and Imogene. Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you each week by the fine folks over at Weaver's Department Store. Drop by over at Weaver's and check things out. They've got some new items coming very soon. And the brand new issue of the Weaver's Department Store newsletter will be hitting the streets in just the next few hours. So head over to weaversdepartmentstore.com, check it out, and sign up for the newsletter. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you by donations from listeners like you. The executive producer of 294 is Jan Newsom, my wife. Thank you to the Mayberry Band. I'm Alan Newsom, your host for Two Chairs No Waiting. It's great to have you here in Mayberry with me, and it's always great to be able to share some of the things I run across as I'm looking around on the internet or running across at events, wherever I might be, because we got some special stuff for you tonight. The name of the episode, Two Chairs No Waiting number 294, is Elvis, Andy, Steve, and Imogene. Now what this is a, let me look down at my notes here because I wrote it down. This is from the Steve Allen Show that aired originally on July the 1st, 1956. This was the first season of this particular version of the Steve Allen Show, and it was episode 2. And the skit you're going to see is called Range Roundup. And who you're going to hear or see, depending on whether you're watching the video or just listening to the audio, hopefully the audio is as good as the video portion. It's just fun to see and hear this and realize that Andy and Elvis did a skit together on the Steve Allen Show. But what you're going to be seeing is first Gene Rayburn from Match Game. Some of you old-timers may remember that. And if you don't, head over to the Game Show Network. It still comes on there. But it's called Match Game. And Gene Rayburn is going to introduce the skit. And it's called, again, Range Roundup. And it has Steve Allen at the beginning. And then Andy, and I believe Imogene Coca is the next one up. And Elvis is in the skit. Now, this is one of Elvis's very first appearances on television. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. I know I've definitely enjoyed going out and trying to find it and getting it all together and ready. So I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy this. And after that, we've got another little special treat for you. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. So here we go. Let's head on over there and check it out.
Creative programming in television has been increasing by leaps and bounds. Viewers offered a variety of programs designed to educate and inform him. But no matter how far we go, one type of program will always be with us. Its appeal reaches out to children, touches the most sophisticated adults. It's the Western program. Guitars, 10-gallon hats, and cowboy boots make a combination that's assured of high ratings. So for all children and adults everywhere, here is our own Western show.
There in television land. This is your old partner, Big Steve, and the whole gang, and it's mighty good to be here putting on our show for all you folks out there in television land. Right, gang? Yes, truly, I want to tell you, I love television land, and I love every one of you, and I love good, clean sportsmanship, and I love everybody. Ain't that right, gang? You know, and friends, it really is great. Contest for the name of that chord, but it really is great being out here in the Old West, just sitting on the edge of the cayuse and watching the corrals dogie down the trail while the chuck wagon skedaddles over the bunkhouse and the old buckboard is a hog tying the sagebrush. You know what I mean? That's a nice piece. And you critters, if you want a longhorn or coyote, you just pinto out our way and we're going to mosey up a little mesa. Right, gang? Right. All right. Shut up back there. So much noise I can hardly think. But you know, a lot of you cowpokes have written in, and asked to know more about the gang here, and I'd like to know more about them myself. I don't trust any of them. Right, gang?
I never think nobody.
When I say I want quiet, I mean quiet. Now get this. First off, this critter here Come on up and crit for him. This is
All
the
right,
critter.
I'll walk right on.
All right, this is Rattlesnake Griffith, folks. He's a mighty brave man. He come to this ranch 10 years ago, and he didn't know the meaning of the word cowardice.
No, sir.
And he didn't know the meaning of the word fear. Right, Rattlesnake?
Right. I was the dumbest cowboy you ever seen.
What's he talking about? Anyway, this doggy here is Tumbleweed Presley. Come on up, Tumble. I'll tell you about this fella. He is a trick rider. You ain't seen trick riding until you've seen Tumbleweed, right?
You tell him, Big Steve.
I'm telling him. You tell me to tell him, and I'll tell him. Yes, sir. But, you know, let me tell you, yesterday he went across the range in a full gallop blindfolded, and he picked up a rattlesnake with his teeth. He jumped 4 fences, and he dropped that snake into a gopher hole at a full gallop. Tell him why it was so tough, Tumbleweed.
I don't use no horse.
I don't think he's telling the truth. This one right here, this little girl... Get up here! Come on, wake up there. This is the little flower of the prairie, Cactus Coca. Now, you wouldn't believe it to look at her, but I don't believe it, and I'm looking at her. If you look out there, how many times am I going to have to tell you? This little girl, though, can ride and rope and shoot and fight just as good as every man on our ranch. Tell him why.
Because every man on our ranch is a big sissy.
They are not.
They are slow.
Oh, shut up. Now, partner, we're a friendly bunch here, ain't we? First, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Word from the sponsor, right, Len?
Let's all
come on
step
up
up
here.
here.
You know, this program, Big Steve and the Gang, are brought to you by my good friends, the makers of Tonto Bars. That is the delicious candy, the candy that comes out of the Old West right into your old mouth, and that's what I mean. Now, the Tonto Bar is a big favorite out here in the West. Tell them why, Rattlesnake.
Well, sir, friends, it's cause they won't allow it in the East, that's why.
Blabbermouth. Anyway, friends, the Tonto Bar is a secret blend. I'll tell you how. The Tonto Bar, the Tonto people...
You'll get it right.
Yeah. The Tonto people, they take rich cream, and they take sweet sugar, and they take creamy caramel, and they take thick chocolate, and they take all that stuff home. I don't know what they put in the bar.
And look, friends, look how this Tonto bar is wrapped. It's wrapped to keep that great Tonto flavor locked in there. Yes, sir, friends, if you ever unlocked it, you'd never buy nothing. These people...
And friends, dentists recommend Tonto bars because tests prove that Tonto causes more cavities than any other candy.
Yes, sure it is. I'll tell you one thing more, boy. Tonto is fresh. It's made fresh, it's wrapped fresh, and it's delivered fresh. It don't get stale till you put it in your mouth, but that's your look at it.
Just sink your old teeth into a Tonto bar and you'll say... But you can't get your mouth open again.
And kids, when you open your Tonto bar, don't you throw away that wrapper. No, you keep that wrapper and burn that wrapper. Because if the Board of Health ever seen one, they'd put Big Steve away for life, and we wouldn't want
What
that.
are you telling me?
Don't forget, friends, that's the Tonto bar made by the Chemo Savvy Candy Company at Tomaine, Texas.
That's right. I'm going to open this thing right here and take a bite to show you just how much I like it. There's it. Whoa, ho! I got some midair there.
Yes, good boy.
All right, we're going with a little Western song going for you right now. Here we go. You stop that with that rattling bang there. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-oh. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-oh. Yippee-yi-yay. Would you shut up there? You're making a fool of yourself tonight. Let's get a good lively tempo going here. 1, 2. Don't open the bell there. I'll tell you one more time. Well, I got a girl, name is Sue. She's my little buckaroo. She's a western Gallic horse, cactus skin and a face like a horse. Yippee-yi-oh, 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 Friday.
I got a ranch, it's way out west. It's the place I like the best, but I'm gonna tie the whole thing down and move that ranch to Levittown.
Hey! Yippee-yi-oh, 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 Friday.
I went out west on a wagon train, find a man like Big John Wayne. I looked around for days and days and ended up with Gabby Hayes.
Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-oh, Friday.
Well, I got a horse, and I got a gun, and I'm going out and have some fun. I'm a warning you galoots, don't step on my blue suede boots. Yeah! Yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-oh.
Oh, so there you go, folks. There is Andy, Imogene, Elvis, and Steve Allen. Now, if you guys were listening to the audio version of this podcast, you might want to go, when you're at home, over to your computer and head over to twochairsnowaiting.com and actually watch this video, because that's really neat to see. They were dancing around. They were all dressed up in their Western outfits. And it's just neat to see Andy with Elvis right there. You know, it makes you think of that Confederate Railroad song, Elvis and Andy. That's great. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. And next up, we have another little bit here. Now, this is from this past weekend. I was in Troy, North Carolina, doing a DARE event that Jeff Branch, who plays Howard Sprague with us, is a tribute artist at Mayberry events all over the place. He puts this on every year to raise money for the Montgomery County DARE program. And he's been doing this since the first one was August 3rd, 2002. I looked it up to find out. That one just had David Browning was there and as the Mayberry Deputy. Phil Fox is Ernest T. Bass, and Jeff was there as Howard Sprague, but he was also there with his band called Bluegrass Special back in 2002. Yeah, wow. So what they have at this one, they have Maggie Peterson, Charlene Darlin, and Rodney Dillard, of course, the Darlin boy who plays the guitar. Now, what you're going to actually hear here is the here, that was good. Here. That's something you say when you agree with people. Anyway, what you're going to be seeing is Rodney called Barney up on stage. And so we're going to hear a couple of stories here as they're talking on stage. So it's Rodney's band, and Barney, David Browning, is up on stage with him, and they're having a good time. And then we have a little song from Barney, and I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy this. I know. I don't see how you couldn't. So let's head on over and check this one out. So take it away, Barn and Rodney.
Did you see Floyd earlier? Yeah. Did you see Floyd? He talks funny, don't he? He really does, yeah. I went over to see him at the barbershop the other day. I says, "Hey, Floyd, how are you?" He said, "Whoa." He said, "Whoa." He said, "I haven't been feeling too well." I said, "What's the problem, Floyd?" He said, "Oh. I've had a terrible cough." I said, "What have you done for it?" He said, "Well, I went over to see Miss Ellie over at the drugstore. And she gave me a laxative." I said, "Did it help?" "Yeah, no. I'm afraid to cough." You don't? No. You don't wear shoes either, do you? Where'd you get those? I found them. You found them? He'll real nice. He'll miss them later, I'm sure. You an ordained minister? Yeah. I'm Presbyterian. Yeah, I'm one of the frozen chosen. Yeah. I could sing one if you want me to. I've been working on one. I wrote one. I wrote a couple of country songs. Yeah. One of them was called, we used to have a cow that would give no milk, so we killed him. The other one that I wrote, of course, now the music publisher sent me a letter and said that my songs were so bad they had to rewrite them before they could throw them in the trash. used to date a school teacher, but she's got no class now. Boy's a little slow, isn't he? Oh, well. I guess, am I going to sing? Well, I need to, if y'all, son, do you know how to bang? Huh? You know how to bang? Boy's got a long way to go. Well, I wrote a little song, me and Rick Nelson. Yeah, he wrote his part about 55 years ago. I done mine last week. But if y'all can paint a little bit, I'll try to do it. Will you help me? Yale? Keep on painting, boys. I'm almost ready. You ready? I'm not. I'm almost ready. I said hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart, sweet Bambaloo. I'm so in love with you. I do, Bambaloo. We never part, so hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart. Passed you on the street one day, flashed those big brown eyes my way, and ooh, I wanted you forevermore. Now I'm not one that gets around, swear my feet stuck to the ground, though I never did see you before. I said hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart, sweet Bambaloo, I'm so in love with you. I knew Bambaloo, we never part, so hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart, play it, boy. Boys, believe me, I just had no choice. Wild horses couldn't make me stay away. I thought about a moonlit night, your arms around me good and tight. It's all I had to see for me to say. I said hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart, sweet Bambaloo. I'm so in love with you. I knew Bambaloo, we never part, so hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart, one more time. I said hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart, sweet Bambaloo. I'm so in love with you. I do, Bambaloo. We never part, so hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart. I said hello, Bambaloo. Goodbye, heart.
Well, there you go, folks. That is just a little piece of what you can experience if you go to one of the Mayberry events that are held all over the place. That event was amazing. Jeff Branch always does a great job putting together the show and getting us there and having a good time. Now, the way we did this particular show, it was the tribute artist did a 1-hour show, and then Rodney did about a 1-hour show after that, along with Maggie. She came out and sang about 3 songs with him, and Barney sang with him. So it was definitely a Mayberry evening. And make plans to be there next year if you can, or at one of the other Mayberry events held throughout the country. You can head over to the website for the Andy Griffith Show Rerun Watchers Club, and you can check it out there. There's an event calendar on the front page of the site, and when you get there, it'll be able to show you all the different Mayberry events. It's part of the e-bullet collection. It's got all the different events that are going on around the country that have stuff like that going on. And folks, if you didn't smile hearing Barney singing Hello Thelma Lou with Rodney Dillard, no less, he's playing with the Darlings. That is just an amazing thing to go see, and I definitely want to encourage you. Mayberry Days is coming up. If you get a chance, you ought to come. This is going to be our 25th year of Mayberry Days in Mount Airy, North Carolina. All right, folks, so I hope you enjoyed all this amazing entertainment. We had singing and laughing with Andy, Elvis, Steve Allen, and Imogene Coca, then with the Mayberry Deputy and Rodney Dillard. Wow, folks. Where else can you get that but right here on Two Chairs No Waiting, right? I'd love to hear from you guys. Give me a call at 888-684-8415. Give me a call. You that's listening right there. Give me a call. Tell me what you think of the show, and let me hear what you think about Mayberry. Love to hear it. You can also email me at floyd@imayberry.com. However you'd like to talk to me, I'd like to hear from you, because you get to hear me, but I don't hear you. Even if you're talking to me right now at your screen or on your iPod or whatever you're listening on, I can't hear you. So head over and talk to me. Folks, until next week, I'll be waiting right here in Mayberry. Hope you'll join me right back here with Two Chairs No Waiting. Good night, everybody.